gentlemen, this is RROil Reporters right here in New York City. We are following the massive protest following the oil subsidy or non-existent oil subsidy in what you call Nigeria. And we were here 2 days ago. This is what you call the what they call Nigerian house to the United Nations. Guys parading, and basically we want to know how this goes basically. And this is the Nigerian property here, right here. Yeah, exactly, that's what they call it. Alright, here Nigerian house, the exit. So we'll be heading off, that's the number. Here the United Nations. We wanna look in and see what they have here. Basically they are closed for the day, but we are heading to the United Nations, okay, to see, to cover the program, today's march against IMF, the World Bank criminality against our people. REPUBLICREPORTERS is following this, and we're heading down as we speak, getting close to the United Millennium property, Millennium Plaza. Seeing people watching and looking. They don't understand because it doesn't affect them. People usually feel non-concerned with some of these issues until it hits them, basically. So we are heading down to the UN building. This is one UN Plaza. I'm going to show you right now. It's called Millennium. The Millennium Property 1 and 2 UN Plaza. Right here, I hope you can see it. Right there. There you go. There you go. This is the UN Plaza. Basically the Millennium. That's the Millennium UN United Nations Plaza, 3 United Nations Plaza all put together. So we are in the Millennium property of the United Nations. Right here, Millennium Hotel. Right here, right here. You see, it's gonna be great. Right here, that's the Millennium Plaza in New York City, UN Plaza, and we'll be covering this program as soon as we get there. So we are following this, and we're heading down to the march ground here in the United Nations. Ladies and gentlemen, Ambassador Grill, where the ambassadors from nations meet to discuss what they call ununited right now because they don't know what they're doing. And there's a huge corruption at the United Nations. IMF is corrupt, the World Bank is corrupt. They've never done any program that benefits the masses. They only do that which benefits them. And so we are heading down here. This is the United Nations Secretariat right here. All right. So the NYPD, New York State Police Department. Person right here, the United Nations. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the UN property, the United Nations Secretariat. We are following this right now. So the march is today at noon. So it's not time yet, but we are ready for the coverage. And I hope you viewers are watching ready for this program. This is the United Nations, what you call the delegates only authorization. You don't enter unless you have what you call unless you are accredited. You gotta have the qualifications. In other words, no qualification. You have to be accredited by the United Nations accreditation agency that manages accreditation. This is what they call the right here. So the match is today. Let's see how that goes. Okay, so we are right here. These are right. Thank you. So right here, trying to look for the garden point of the protesters. So coming on down, it's 12 noon. We are looking for our guys. These are what you call United Nations volunteering water matters, basically volunteering matter of the world. Volunteers of the world, that's what they say, opened December 5th. That was last year. Right now, according to United Nations, the population, world people, according to them, is hit 7 billion. In October 2011, world people population will reach 7 billion. Join a global movement for all humanity, so to speak. It's pretty much good on papers, not good in implementation. That has always been the case of the force of the United Nations. They are good in rhetorical presentations and PowerPoint programs, but without actually backing it up in terms of implementations. We also here in Scotland seeking for a referendum to separate themselves from what you call the United Kingdom. And Simon, who is the First Minister, actually supports that, and that's what we're doing. So this is the UN right here. You have the officers, okay, right here. United Nations officials, they are waving hand. Morning, how you doing? Morning. All right. So gentlemen, go ahead. Delegates entrance. And these are people who today is Saturday. Good morning. All right, Saturday. Basically, inside the United Nations property, ladies and gentlemen, we are looking for our guys. This is the UN. It's not 12 noon yet, so possibly they're on their way, and hopefully we shall be bringing you this news on time. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, United Nations, world peoples, and here, okay, traffic right here. We are looking for peoples. Team will join us in the march against the UN today at 12 noon. So meet at the Secretariat. We didn't find anyone. They're probably somewhere. So we are here at this is 45th First UN Plaza here in New York City. So we are moving on, looking to see the protests. It's not time yet, so we're gonna give them benefit of the doubt. So the doubt to come to protest the atrocities against humanity for our people. And our Republic reporters discovering this. Look at this lady with her dog. They love dogs here. But anyway, just stand by. You can see them walking their dogs, man and female. Their dogs. Dogs are fighting too. Okay. So basically, we are here. Okay, last First Independent Day here, the what we call Nigerians march here to celebrate the non-event, 1st October. Jonathan Goodluck and his team were basically hiding inside a Aso Rock. They couldn't actually organize the parade for security reasons. And but about the special media assistant or advisor to the presidency claimed in Kigali that actually that was not the case, that he was signing a change of guard. But later on we saw cake where Yakubu Gowon and others actually came to celebrating on the case was written 51st anniversary. But he told us that that was just non-event, that nothing happened. But we knew that something actually took place. So we shall see. Sending my bit to the United Nations and REPUBLIC reporters. We are still looking for waiting and somebody waiting for our team. Hopefully they come on down for the match project against non-existent oil subsidy. The CBN governor Salamido Sanusi said that it doesn't exist, but just now he couldn't account for it. They don't know where the money is. They were looting Dangote at the teller rather, and of course Dangote is involved in the corruption. They will all have oil contracts, ladies and gentlemen, and money. And so they can't even rule a collaboration between these individuals at this time. So we are here as a police officer in the United Nations. So we are trying to see what's going on. So I'm gonna stop here to see when they will come on down. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, the following reporters here in New York City, here ready to cover the march against the UN who collaborates with corrupt institutions. We are right here in front of the Nigerian house, and we are waiting for our people who are on their way, hopefully. We shall be bringing you this, much of this news as we progress, as it progresses. So we're gonna be waiting right here. Again, we are here at the UN property. We are ready. Are they coming or are they not coming? So, you want to get ready? For the ladies and gentlemen, here. Reporters, we shall be here, not yet known yet. Oh, I'm sure. And is 11:47 New York time. Alright, 11:47. So it's almost 12, almost noon. So let me hope and see. For sure. Alright. The Nigerian house right here. Us. And now we're getting closer to the Nigerian property. Okay. There's the greenhouse here. So waiting here. We shall be monitoring this. We are right here at Second Plaza, Second Avenue, 4th East, Kudirat Abiola, congratulate presumptive winner of the June 12th election that was annulled or cancelled by Ibrahim Babangida.
How's everything? Doing well. Reporters were here. Yeah. Anytime the public reporters. Okay, we're all partners on the project. Okay. Yeah. So what's going on? What time is noon, right? Yeah. Yeah, we've been over there, to the Nigeria Secretariat and to the Saturday. Yeah. So is anyone there yet? So yeah, we're gonna go over there and wait right now. Okay. All right. Absolutely. To support the Nigerians. Okay. Alright. What's that listening? Okay. So we want to go there and actually if I want to come over there so people can know that. Absolutely. Alright. Okay.
Alright guys. So we're heading out, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
All the reporters covering the crimes of IMF, the World Bank. So Kenjas. China. All the way heading back. Look at this. Morning. So basically, yes, we are taking the same route that we take this at Millennium Plaza. We are moving all the way back to the venue ground. And it's today, back in the homeland they say, today is today. Today is today. That means it's going to be great. It's going to be tight, it's going to be constructive, it's going to be where necessary belligerent to challenge the ills and atrocities against these people. So that's why we're here. So move further. We came right on time, ahead of time, like I told it some minutes ago. It was actually 11:47. So they're trickling in. We shall be waiting to see how that goes. So we're following this. We are heading now. Back again. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the United Nations Secretariat, UN Secretariat. Absolutely. This is the UN Secretariat. This is the UN Secretariat. Alright. This is United Nations Secretariat. Okay. UN Plaza. We are told that they are coming, so we would like to see that. We were here before. Okay. mentions. So we are hopeful. They're probably on their way. We don't know where they will be standing yet. So there's still tourists. UN-Plaza, Reporters. Back to UN-Plaza, and we are at 45th East Street. In the conventions. So much going on. Okay. Waiting and monitoring on time. So let's see what happens. So much.
Yes. No, we did that time with the truck.
So you want to talk to us, sir? For 1 second?
1 second, yes.
All right. So who are you, sir?
My name is Tino Bendel.
Tino.
Actually, can you give me 1 second? I just want to go here first and just...
Maybe there's no one there. I've been there. There's no one there.
Yeah, where you
Yeah,
come
maybe
on,
they're parking
right
there.
here.
That's
There's
a Nigerian guy there.
Maybe
Come
they're
right here
parking their car or their automobile.
All right.
Okay, maybe they're parking the automobile. So you said Tino, that's your name?
Yes. Okay,
So
here we
Tino.
go. And Dr. Olawe.
When I come down, it's okay, absolutely.
Yes.
How you doing, Tino? How you doing? Political reporters, how you doing, sir?
Dr. Lawai.
Dr. Lawai, how are you today?
All right, sir.
Oh, you guys are feeling cold in New York City right now. It's a little chilly, right?
It's very
Sure
cool.
is.
Okay, we are political reporters in New York City. You know, we try to cover this program on the march against what we call the oil subsidy crisis going on right now that is heating up Nigerian politics.
Yes.
So what's going on here? Tino, if you want to go first,
Go ahead,
Tino?
go ahead.
Well, first things first is we're here to protest the unjust removal of a subsidy.
Okay.
First things first, let's look at the issues. Right now, a liter is selling in Nigeria anywhere from 140 to 200 naira.
All right.
Which values 1 liter at $1 US.
Okay.
If you actually know what's going on, the
Right.
issues, then it makes everything much clearer. In a barrel of oil, you have 149 liters.
Okay.
And with the current valuation by the Nigerian government, that means that a barrel of oil should be valued at $149, and that's not what it's selling.
It's not happening, okay.
That's what's so. This whole subsidy is basically a scam.
It says, whoa.
It's a scam.
You said it's a scam.
Yes, the whole subsidy is a scam.
So it does not exist or what?
It does not exist.
Wow.
Under the guise of using some money for infrastructure and developing, they've come up with a scam called the subsidy. But as you know, in Nigeria, they have not invested in the roads. They haven't invested in infrastructure and bridges and schools and education
Right.
and electricity and power.
But, go ahead.
Tino, you want to chip in?
Yes, just go
Dr.
Olawaye.
Olawaye, go ahead.
Bottom line remains, I was in Nigeria for 3 weeks,
Okay.
from December to January 2nd.
Recently, yeah.
Before,
Last
just
year.
now, just now.
Okay, you just came back.
I just came back.
Okay.
And Nigeria is a great country. If our leaders can just give us a little bit of the money that comes into the country, if they can share it with the people.
How do they give you
Nigeria
I don't understand what you say. They don't give you cash. How do they give you money? What do you mean give you money?
To invest.
Okay, they invest
in
now,
the
okay.
people.
Yeah, investing in
the people, infrastructure, roads, businesses, industries.
I ate a plate of rice in Nigeria in December
How much was it?
120 naira. 50 naira for rice, 30 naira for beans,
Wow.
and 3-4 pieces of meat, and I was satisfied.
Okay.
What am I saying? Nigeria is still a great country, even as much as these guys are squeezing us.
Right.
We are still finding a way to move on.
But let me ask you, you say it's a great country, but some people are saying that you wouldn't come together to form that. It was the British that put that nonsense together, and now the Boko Haram is saying something different. The Mossad in the east, the OPC in the west, are they still united? What are you talking about?
The Nigerian people are united. You have to understand that Boko Haram issue, frankly, if they count the people that consider Boko Haram, they cannot more than 20. And these are people that are financed by the ex-generals in Nigeria.
Yes.
Boko Haram are useless. If Nigerians want to squash Boko Haram in the north, they can squash them in one day if they want to.
So why haven't that happened? Because they're killing and bombing churches.
The government does not have an onus to do so. A lot of these politicians are going to run on a security
scare tax.
a security ticket.
Okay.
These ex-generals, and so they're using this to destabilize the country. You got to realize, even when we fought a civil war with Biafra, we never went into the marketplace, into churches with bombs. And this is when we are fighting ourselves and killing ourselves.
Point of correction: bombs and churches and marketplaces were bombed during the civil war. I don't know. I want to make that point of correction. Record shows that churches were bombed. The Nigerian well planes bombed churches in Biafran territories. So that information seems to be misplaced.
But Biafra, we didn't bomb anybody. We didn't go and bomb churches.
Yeah, but you guys bomb churches. Government shows
Biafrans didn't go down and across.
No, they didn't do that. Yeah,
that's basically what I'm
saying. Okay,
that's what I'm saying.
But they bombed Biafrans and bombed their churches and bombed their homes since 1945. They've been doing that, and they keep repeating. So what's going on? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Republic
Reporters. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So there's no onus to do that. There's no onus to do that. They're using this as something to take the attention away from the issues. The issues are there's no investment in the Nigerian people. Okay. No investment in the actual structure, infrastructure. You got to realize Nigeria's situation is no different from the situation in Brazil. It's no different from the situation in India.
But China 20 years ago.
Yes.
With China
and look at what India did.
Look at what China have done in 20 years.
Wow, in its people. And now they've turned everything around. So Brazil is a thriving community.
That's right.
Yes.
So what we're saying is,
quit putting the money in your pocket.
Stop putting the money in the pocket.
Yes, they have to reverse this takeaway of the oil subsidy. Oil has to go back to 65 naira.
Okay.
If they can fix the refinery that exists in Nigeria today, they can take away the subsidy.
Okay. Sure, let me I agree with you, maybe 100%, but let me go back to the subsidy. The central bank governor of Nigeria, Lamido Sanusi, came out with an article. I don't know if you look at the reporters, he came out with a report revealing a shocking information that shows that someone like Adetola is an oil business person back home in Nigeria. That's actually by Forbes newspaper said that he's the richest African that exists today. Now that he's the one that collects subsidy, they said they supply the oil in Lagos port. But you go there, no oil was supplied. They claim, according to him, the paper trail shows that they supply like 10 to 15 in a day. He said that's an impossibility because the port or the oil where you have to put the oil cannot contain more than 3 or 5, within one day. So it becomes something of a scam, according to him. So that's why they had to rush to take away the subsidy. But does that really allow them to do that?
Okay, first of all, you cannot take a subsidy for a whole country for one person. If you find one person doing something illegal, prosecute that person, bring that person to justice.
Absolutely.
And it is impossible for one person to orchestrate such an elaborate and sophisticated
not just one example
without having someone in the government who is actually making those things.
Wow.
Making it possible, facilitating.
So in other words, there is a collaboration between the oil
partnership
and the government official. So there's no trust right now. That's what it is. There's no trust.
Without a question, bottom line is Nigeria should not be made to suffer because of the sins of very few. And you can count, it's about, there's a list of about 15, 20 people who collect all these subsidies.
I'm going to put that up right now.
The government needs to find a way to take away the subsidy from these companies without punishing Nigerians. And that is the bottom line.
But at the same time, we are looking, I agree with you, the people shouldn't be oppressed by these oppressors. The people shouldn't suffer by their corruption. The people shouldn't suffer for their collaboration with IMF and World Bank. The people shouldn't suffer that. But the people, according to statistics that we have, it shows that the population itself, or equal Nigerians, are corrupt. So that's why the people get the kind of leader that they deserve.
No.
Can that case be made?
I refute and disagree with you. Nigerians are not corrupt.
With the commentators.
The commentators. In fact, who are these commentators? I dare them to bring their proof, and let us see what polls. Let me see what this is based on. Don't tell me Nigerians are corrupt.
So where's corruption coming from?
Our leadership
the son of the former oil minister, Fubara Tam David West. There was the one that quoted that on one of the onlines, NigeriaObserver.com, Yahoo group. He was the one that made that statement on one of his write-ups. So you may want to double check with that. Even Tam David West himself, former minister of petroleum, actually said that subsidy does not exist. So Bamida came up and said it's a similar thing.
Listen, I have a list right now.
Yeah, what's the list?
Nigeria PLC, 200 and look at that, 224 million. Billion. 228 billion. These are the people who benefited
from the subsidy.
From the subsidy.
Okay, who else?
MRS, 224 billion.
Naira. Okay.
Enac Oil and Gas,
19 billion.
19 billion. Yes. Bovas and Co. Nigeria, 5.6 billion.
I join you to say.
Obat, 85 billion. AP, 104.5 billion. Folawiyo Oil, 113 billion. IPMAN Invest
10.9 billion, ladies and gentlemen.
ACON
Oil. ACON Icon.
Yes.
24.1 billion.
Atio Oil.
64 billion.
64.4 billion.
AMP
11.4 billion.
Honeywell.
Wow, 12.2 billion.
AMAC
Oil, 19.2 billion.
D Jones Oil.
Let me see. 14.8 billion.
Capital Oil.
Can I see? 22. Help me out. Thank you.
AZ Oil.
Go.
That's 18.61 billion.
Eternal Oil.
I'm sorry, 3.50.
No, that's 5.57
billion.
Dozil Oil,
3.375 billion.
Fort Oil.
Wow, 8.582 billion.
That's the top 19.
Ladies and gentlemen,
that is proof right there.
That's the proof right here. So what we are asking is, this gentlemen right here, who are participating today, these are billions of your money. These are billions of your money. So where do we go from here, ladies and gentlemen?
Okay, and wait, I want you to read this.
No, you read it. That's your
Oando is run by Wale Tinubu.
Tinubu.
Mike Adenuga owns Corn Oil.
Okay.
Yes.
The one I mentioned.
AP. And
MRS Oil is run by
Aliko. Is that Aliko or Aliko?
Aliko Dangote's brother, Sayu Dan Tata, and others.
Wow. So, where did you get the information from, sir?
This is very...
Where did you get that from? Where did you get the information?
From a reporter back home.
Back home?
Yes, a reporter back home who sent this.
Wow.
Send this.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is what we are covering here. Talking about billions being stolen from the Nigerian population, and today they are protesting. 2 days ago, they were at the Nigerian House, and it was a momentous crowd that was marching, protesting against the ill and crimes and fraud against the population back home in the homeland.
There's another gentleman that has something.
Okay, you want to join us, please? Come on, please. Please, sir, can you talk to us, please? Oh, he's not ready yet, but he wants to join the march. Okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, Tino,
yes.
Thank you so much, and Dr. Olowe, thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. So we have to join you guys. I'm going to support this. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Thank you. All right.
Okay.